Good morning, race fans. After an epic mess up by me, our car's not available for this weekend. So we've got a bit of a journey and a bit of an epic adventure to do in a 20-year-old Ford Focus. We're going to do it Top Gear style. So, bit of introduction to the car. It's 20 years old, Ford Focus. It was a revolutionary car for Ford at the time, because it was one of the first cars not to be named after where the Ford directors go on holiday, like Cortina, Capri, Fiesta, Granada, and it was also not named after what the Ford directors used to like to hire on holidays, and that was Escorts. So the Focus, revolutionary machine. Let's take a look at this beast. It's a beautiful shape, I'm sure you'll agree. It's quite timeless since the 20 years it's been in production. A bit of battle scar in here. This is a 4-door, well 5-door they call it, 1.4 model. It's got some brake horsepower and it's in this beautiful green here. It's almost reminiscent of Steve McQueen's Bullet Ford Mustang. You know, you can see where the epic lines come from and the classic styling of this car. It's running on steel wheels. I mean, they've kept beautifully over the years, and you know, let's see what this baby can do. The first leg of the journey will be to Comic Con Telford. And our challenge there from the directors is to get a photograph with a Hollywood starlet. Then from Telford we'll be heading over to Bilth Wells, across the mountains. We'll see what the Ford can do in its home territory. Of course, the Rally Wales, you know, legendary Ford is for winning that. And we'll be up Bilth Wells then, overnight stop in Bilth Wells, and then back to Llanfachrine. Let's see what this baby can do. Okay, so this is leg one of the journey of our Top Gear Ford Focus Challenge. We're heading to Telford. What can I say about the Focus? Well, it's propelling us in a forward motion. It's surprising really, a company like Ford, which produced such greats like the GT40, the RS2000, the Ford Mustangs, and all the Ford race cars, like the rally cars, Escort Cosworths, RS Cosworths, you know, just amazing cars. And even to like the modern STIs and STDs, which are often caught in the back of an XR3i, they've actually produced something so bland. It's a 1.4 Ford Focus. What more can we say? We've got view out the front, view out the rear, view out the sides, and we're going forward. It's actually quite comfortable. So that's us, halfway to Telford. What do you think, Sarah? This car smells funny.
It smells better than last time I was in it.
It's back to the Ford Challenge. Challenge 1, get to Telford Comic Con, get a picture with a Hollywood starlet. Challenge completed. Charisma Carpenter, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Angel. Lovely young lady.
And Playboy model.
And Playboy model, apparently. Oh, I haven't mentioned that. Right, on to the longest stretch of the journey now. Telford, across to Bilth Wells, through some cracking Welsh roads. We're really going to see what the little Focus can do. Yes, power! We're 3/4 of the way through our epic journey on the second leg, heading down towards Llandrindod Wells. We've come across from Telford via Much Wenlock on the B roads, and I must say I'm impressed with this little Focus. It's doing really well. It's quiet, as you can hear. I'll give it some good boost of throttle now. Look at that, we're flat out now. could feel it surge away.
Didn't make any difference.
It did, it's going. So, we're in beautiful Wales. We've been looking at, look at the scenery, the sunset across there. Look at the sunset, look at the sunset.
Okay, sunset.
Sunset, beautiful scenery. And yeah, we're loving every minute, haven't we, Seth?
Oh yes.
It's a proper
In
challenge.
3/4 of a mile, turn right
Who's
onto
that?
A44.
Okay, I've got to concentrate because it's a real handful, these roads. Flat out 60. See you later. Okay, so we're less than 5 miles away from home now, and it's time to reminisce and whimsically remember our journey in the Focus. We started out down the M54 towards Telford. 70 miles an hour. It performed. It got us there. Steady on the motorway. Adequate. Then we battled our way through the geeks at Comic Con to get the Starlets picture, which we managed. After queuing for hours, we got back out of Comic Con and then drove through the rolling hills of Shropshire. On the B roads, it performed magnificently for a £300 car. It's done nothing wrong the whole journey. I can't actually fault it, apart from the fact the radio doesn't work, the vanity mirror's fallen out, and the wing mirror's knocked off. But
And the central locket didn't
that
work.
wasn't my fault. And then after the rolling hills of Shropshire, into the majesty of Wales. Well, the beautiful scenery, and the bonus that the radio wasn't working, that myself and my wife had a conversation. The quietness of the Focus let us talk to one another gently and lovingly all the way through Wales. Again, it performed adequately. I think that's the word about this car. Everything's adequate. But what more would you want? It hasn't performed badly. It does nothing badly. It's adequate. And when you're talking about adequate, you don't need anything else. It's done everything perfectly, adequately. So when I'm sitting behind the guy in front in his 80 grand Range Rover, who he's paying £800 a month on finance for, and his ABS lights are flashing at him, his engine management lights flashing at him, I'm sat here in my £300 Focus thinking, for your finance package, I could buy 2 of these every month. There's no... I just don't get it. It's done everything adequately. And in this day and age, you don't need anything else. So, I'm going to say, at the end of our journey, which we're about 5 miles away from now, go out, buy yourselves a 1.4 Focus. You can park it in a car park, have £1 million in the boot, and not worry about it. Because people are just going to walk past it. They're not even going to notice it. They'll be too busy trying to rob the Porsche at the end of the parking lot than worry about the £1 million that's in the boot of your Focus. So it's adequate, it's indiscreet, it's the perfect car for modern living.
Indiscreet.
And that ends our journey.